Apping it up. Let's get this thing on. Prodigy's going to get it first. Eagles, Steelers, little Pennsylvania battle. And here we go.
Looking at the stats between these players in their first game. Prodigy dominating across the board. Passed for 244 yards to Joel's 138. Prodigy ran for 75 yards to Joel's 52. And you're talking about pressure on the quarterback. Prodigy getting to Joel 5 times in that game with 5 sacks, and Joel only had 1. So that first matchup is completely dominated, and the scoreboard in pretty much every statistic by Prodigy.
First and 10 at the 25. Bunch to the right. Julio Jones solo to the left.
Oh, good.
We talked about Prodigy being a big Eagles fan, but he just up the road, about an hour from our studios in Fontana, California for the 19-year-old, and what a big hit on first down. Bah!
Shoots the gap. That's a good defensive play by JoelCP, and you see his play art here. And some man-to-man coverage.
Sean just throws it away. Third and 14.
And what you saw when we showed the top 3, Joel just has a bunch of legends and high-rated players in his secondary. And that's going to allow you to play some more of that man-to-man coverage, because it's going to be hard to get separation from some of those high overall legend corners.
Well, we're for Drini over the Legend Conference. That propelled him to the playoffs. What can that do for Joel?
Stays in the man.
And it's going to be picked off.
Picked off.
Hey, Wilson's not so bad either. He's a 95 overall.
Joel just has goons out there in the secondary. Prodigy could have ran, tries to get greedy, and big Larry Wilson, number 8, making plays.
Trying to find Mike Wallace has been his most targeted wide receiver in this Ultimate League.
You talk about it, Scott. You see one of those old school players with one of those old school face masks, it's probably where you want to avoid throwing the ball. Those guys make plays.
Single bar, double bar, Anthony bar. You want to avoid all 3 of those combos.
Good, Joel. You need to get your run game going here, Coltrane. He talked about it. He said a turning point in his seasons when he beefed up that O-line against Stevie J. Was able to get a balanced attack.
Yeah, already worked it down to the 13. Ahead goes Walker on the right side of your screen for Stevie J.
Remember, last time Stevie J played,
it was ugly.
Young kid. Well, it wasn't only, it was a good game, 38-30. And Kid threw for 360 yards, which is insane amount of passing yards. That could be the record, and we know Stevie J set the record for most rushing yards in that game. He had 355 rushing yards in his last game against Young Kib.
It was wild. One of the wildest games we've seen in the Ultimate League thus far. Joel after the first down. Stevie J winning that other one 3-0 now after the field goal.
I just got confirmation from Donnie, Scott, that in their last game, Stevie J and Kiv did set the record for most passing yards in a game at 360. Well, Stevie set the record for most rushing for 355. So expect some highlights coming from that game. Probably going to be a lot of offense.
Or maybe huge roster changes to beef up their defense.
I did get to talk to Kiv after that game, and he said he went straight to his room. We were on the phone. He's like, I'm labbing run defense right now, G. So I don't blame you. That's cool. I love the access we get to these players. I got to talk to Joel just the other night. Hopped on the phone. He was giving me a lot of insight about his preparation for these later weeks and things he needed to do to better his game, how he wasn't happy with his performance. It's cool when you hear these guys aware of the things that they need to clean up. With Joel, how he said, I need to blitz less, protect the ball, mix in the run. They're very methodical in their approach to the game, and I really respect it. Appreciate those guys taking time to give that type of insight too. Oh,
Just to put it in perspective, when we talk about 355 yards, Adrian Peterson, the all-time single game leading rusher, his total was 296 in that game. Of course, anybody that breaks Walter Payton's records, I'm not happy with.
So you're still a big Bears fan?
I'm an 85 Bears fan. That's it.
Can't do that. Can't do that. Don't do that. You got a team, you rock with that team.
I still rocked with the Bears, sure. Of course, I'm local to the Panthers. I try to keep up with what they got going on. First and goal at the 10.
Pistol spread to a gun spread. Joel. And he likes these spread formations, Scott, because it forces, unless you're baseline to keep your linebackers in the box, it forces the defense to spread out a line over those receivers. And if Joel feels it really creates room for the running lanes. When you think of a 4-wide set, you don't think, using it to run the ball, but Joel really does like running the ball out of these spread sets.
He's in a run and shoot playbook. The only player in the league that's using this playbook. He's had some success. He's also been feast or famine with it. What defense is Prodigy in this game?
For Prodigy, he's running that Kansas City Chiefs defensive playbook, which we know is so popular, and as you alluded to, Joel in that run and shoot offense.
Very unique.
Joel also in a somewhat unique defense. We've seen some people run it, Trini, Problem, but Joel in that Indianapolis Colts defense, and Prodigy in that very popular West Coast offense.
Field goal is up, and it is good, so 3-0. Joel takes the lead over Prodigy with 57 seconds remaining in the first. Prodigy's going to have a chance to go back to work. And it'll all start at the 26-yard line.
You know what I think Joel needs? I think Joel's better off when he's playing someone he doesn't really like. And some history with ghosts.
Yeah, if he's cool with somebody.
It's a different kind of,
right.
Prodigy's such a nice guy, spot me. It's hard to turn up and talk trash.
Well, you put that in perspective after the errant throw. You get up for your rivals. Crosstown guys, you hate those guys. Sports speaking.
Yeah, for sure.
You get up. It's a different level.
It's a different level. It helps you take your game to that next level. Or you can just have the Mike Skimbo approach where
buddy
every game is the biggest game of your life.
Richardson.
Look at this.
The speedster from Seattle.
Oh, what a game. Touchdown saving tackle.
50-yard gain. Chopped down at the 24. Almost was able to get away, ran out of steam.
Big tackle right there by Joel.
20 seconds left in the quarter. Sean throws it up top. Julio can't get a foot in bounds.
He saw Prodigy's shot. He has the hands up. He's screaming touchdown. You got Julio Jones, who cost you a ton of cap.
Yeah, maybe we can see that from the side angle. It's kind of deep in the end zone, though, from that side 50-yard line cam we got. This time was well out of bounds when he caught it. It's just 1 for 6.
Good mix-up of coverages right there from Joel. He went from a man-to-man to a zone on that play. He's back in the cover 2 zone here on 3rd and 10.
Bunch to the right, Julio to the left. Deshaun looking.
He's in the man-to-man.
Playmaker.
It's good defense.
Covered up. It finds Julio on a secondary route. Had a playmaker underneath, and Julio, just being Julio, was able to work his way open on a secondary route.
Can't get any pressure.
3-0 in that one between Joel and Prodigy, and Stevie with a 3-0 lead over Young Kiv at the end of one. Start of the second frame. in a 3-0 game between Joel and Prodigy down here in the red zone at the 9-yard line. First and goal. Double box action, double red zone action. Neither able to get anything going. They're on their opening plays of the second quarter. Second and goal on the left. It's 3rd and 10 on the right. Might as well make it 3rd and goal. Stevie J maybe go to the air on your right side. It's a pitch on the left. Henry has a crease.
What a hit.
Went airborne to the 3. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3 on the left.
Henry like curled up like into a ball. It was
touchdown, Stevie J.
Jaworski.
He's been able to find that high point.
So 2 possessions against Shea Kivlin, a.k.a. Young Kiv.
Kiv's in a situation where he could clinch a playoff berth with a win.
Here's the other thing is he's trying to keep up with Mike Skimbo for the 1 seed.
Skimbo already 6-2. Low throw to Julio. Nice play.
Prodigy. Keep his season alive. Ultimate League's getting nitty-gritty, Scott. So many scenarios. Each game is important as the next. It's intense out here.
He could have a season sweep over JoelCP with a win. They both would be 3-4, and he'd have the tiebreaker over Joel. That's how big this matchup is right here. Look at this low throw again.
That's a little hitch route. Sits inside the zone. It's good money right there by Prodigy, and Joel visibly upset.
Waited for the defender to clear, then threw a strike. 7-3.
Good scramble.
Spin by Mariota, gotta be careful. Woo. Making me nervous. Second and inches.
You know it's bad when me and Scott are both simultaneously telling you gotta be careful.
I know you want to get sticky with it.
And that's sticky, but then you stick right into a couple defenders who could pop you and cause a fumble.
Here comes a 3rd down. Get the yard to gain. Actually lost a 1.5 yards. Pushed them back to the 44.
G.O.A.T here, JoelCP. Nice passing.
Scramble. Mariota throws an on-the-run dart.
Well, that's not easy to do, Scott. You start scrambling. Look at this. Once the first down, you get stuck on your line, and then you see the deep crossing route to Julio. And a play that was looking grim turns into vintageness for Joel.
Ball at the 33 now. 1st and 10. Hands it off to Henry. Let's get a game update.
Well, guys, Young Kiv down early against Stevie, 10-0 in the second, so he says, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go deep. Paul Warfield going all the way to the house. 10-7 Stevie J. As I'm saying that, he throws a touchdown pass of his own, about to be 17-7 Stevie J.
Well, Stevie J going pound for pound with the Kiv.
Told you we were going to get some highlights from that game. You knew there was going to be some points getting scored between those two. Both of them breaking records against each other.
And their first meeting. Throws this one away. First incomplete pass for Joel. 3rd and 11 at the 34. Justin Tucker is kicker, so definitely in the vicinity to kick one through if he fails here. Shotgun formation. Needs to get to the 23-yard line. Mariota makes a man miss. It's the first down. Dives to the 19.
Joel, so animated, pumps out of his seat. This is the first down signal. I'd be a little amped after a run like this. There it is. Whoopsie! Get nasty with Oda.
In the red zone now. 7-3. Hands it off to Henry. Gets a block. Touchdown, Joel.
One stop! Come on!
Joel, let it out there. There you go, JoelCP. It's a big game for you.
Playing
Good
two-point
drive.
offense to not get a stop.
He's pumped up. And he said it. He said, I need to get my running game going, G. I'm not playing balanced enough on offense. If I get the running game going, it's going to be a problem. And some of the changes he did to help get that running game going is he upgraded his center to that Rodney Hudson who has the 94 run block. He went from the 10 cap guards, the minimum 10 guards, moved them completely away, put some more beef up front, and ever since then, as he said, it's been tote gang. Definitely toting the rock. Some big yards there on that drive.
So 1st and 10 at the 28. Watson rolling. Looking and just throws it away. Let's go for a game update.
Well, guys, last time I told you Stevie J had a big touchdown pass. Here it is up the right side of the field. Huge, huge play for him to put him up 10, 17-7, up on Skiv, 2.5 minutes left in the first half.
Stevie J giving young Kiv a taste of his own medicine. Watson now on 2nd and 10. Can't get away from the pressure. Joel will burn a timeout on a 3rd and 21.
Just yells at Prodigy, fight! And Prodigy, that's not looking behind me, making sure a fight's not breaking out or something.
Got to get something going here. It's been big in 3rd and 4th down situations this year. Forced to throw one, and it's a pick. Renfro.
It's got room.
Can he get a block? Sets it up.
Nothing was done for me. One more touchdown. This game is over. This game is over. Come on.
Mel Renfro, as you see JoelCP fired up to have the ball once again in the red zone.
He's bobbing his head. He's got his music going. Says it keeps DMX in the playlist. And he needs to turn this into a touchdown. He's not going to feel safe until he's at least up 2 possessions.
Double box, double red zone. Kiv at the 4. Joel. Gonna be sacked back at the 20. Kiv trying to pound it in with McKinnon. He's down 10. 1:49 to go on the right side of your screen. Big 3rd and goal all the way back at the 19 for Joel. Remember, he picked it off, ran it all the way back to the 10. But he's dropped back 9 yards to the 19 now. Kiv coming out in that near formation. Little motion. Joel looking on 3rd down. He's going to scramble again. Kiv also getting shut down. So Kiv's going to have a 3rd down. Joel's facing a 4th and goal. And he'll kick it through.
Big defensive stand by Prodigy. It looked like Joel has to pick 6. Prodigy makes the tackle. D's up one time to keep it 1 possession, 1 score ball game.
Come on. Fight.
Joel doesn't seem to care. He's still yelling over there in his seat.
Big 3rd and goal. Full screen action.
Sunday.
He's got Bo Jackson at fullback. But goes to McKinnon.
Short. This is interesting.
He kicked the 3.
You got to think.
He's looking for more than that, though.
Like you said, you figure kick the 3, make it 1 score ball game, but here on Stevie J's 1 yard line, it could be tempting to go for this. And he's at least coming out.
Well, he's got the sticks. We're over here just talking about it.
So what he got?
Goes back to the run again, and McKinnon.
He's short. Stevie
Stevie with a goal line stand.
And the thing that's questionable to me here is he got Bo Jackson and McKinnon both lined up in the backfield on 4th and 1. And somehow he decides to give the ball to McKinnon instead of Bo.
And he talked about that formation. The only running plays are in the middle of the field. They're inside runs.
At least give it to Bo knows. You know, he knows how to fall forward.
Quick throw, and it's a pick!
Let's go!
In your face, RG!
Oh, man, and I think he looked right up at me. He said, let's go. And I'll shut up, kid. My bad. Stevie throws a Stevie.
Well, Kim couldn't throw it in, but Stevie found Larry Wilson, but Larry Wilson plays for Kiv.
Look at this. You got Joel back in the red zone over here on your left, Cole.
Yeah, with a big interception of Prodigy on his ensuing drive, and that's a backbreaker with 11 seconds. Joel still has 2 timeouts.
Yes, Joel, you're in a good situation here. Touchdown's fantastic. Field goal you can live with.
So bad.
Stevie's
I'm so terrible.
visibly frustrated over there.
High formation. That's the goal line. 3 big fellas in. Gets a block by one of them.
He ran out of time. He ran out of time, Cole. Oh, what a mental lapse by JoelCP.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Doing all that talking, all
At
that
this
barking.
level.
We're getting amped with scream and fight, and we forget to manage the clock. Oh, that was bad.
My goodness.
Oh, that's how you can lose John Madden football games, mistakes like that, Coltrane.
Leaving points out there.
Oh, you can't do that, JoelCP.
2nd and inches over here after the pick 6. Thrown by Stevie. 40 seconds now left. Kim's got 3 timeouts here. If he can get a sack, and he does. And he burns one.
That Eckler going naked over the middle of the field. Stevie just missed it. Pressure gets there. I'm still shocked that Joel was such a big mental lapse. He's been fighting way too hard for that.
Yeah, I wasn't. Even myself was not looking at the clock.
You can't let Stevie hit you for a big play here before this half.
See if we can figure out what happened on that for Joel. But right now it's a 3rd and 7 for Stevie. 36 seconds to go. Kiv still has 2 timeouts, so you need a first down, and finds Sharp at the 42. Now you got to go on the attack.
Yeah, he's got no timeouts and clock's ticking.
Tempo's up.
Here comes pitch, more pitch left.
See if he can get out of bounds.
More pitch left. It's in field goal range. He needs to get out into the field goal. Get the field goal unit out there.
As Matt Prater or Greg the Leg.
How fast these guys get to the play call screen, get to that special teams formation and select field goals, Scott. They're maestros. Just needs to get the kick off.
You also saw Kiv making some substitutions on who he might be bringing on this block attempt.
Perfect.
Kick is up, and it is good.
Wow, good execution by Stevie J.
So you saw 2 just opposed finishes to the half. Stevie J using the clock to perfection. And Joel, well, you saw it. I don't need to say anything. 13-7. Does have the lead. Stevie J now up 20-14 over young Kiv. So the start of the 3rd, and I mean, I can't believe my eyes. We got to look at this again, RG. It's a 6-point game here coming out of half, but just unbelievable. He has 2 timeouts, clock on the move.
It's ticking, the clock ticking right there. He needed to call a timeout 7 seconds ago. Oh, and then snaps it at 1 second. He might have not noticed that he blatantly didn't know that the clock was still ticking.
He thought the clock was stopped with 9 seconds to go in the half. Ooh.
I'm trying to think back what the play was before that. Because I remember thinking the clock was stopped as well.
Yeah, we got over there when it was in the red zone after the interception. But he had run a play. I mean, it was second down, second and goal at that point. But that would have made it a 9-point game, a 2-possession game at the half, and you get the ball?
And you're getting the ball, Coltrane. I was just about to say it. But if you're Joel, you need to have a short memory. You know what? You need to pick up on this drive and get it going.
Delay. Henry gets tripped up at the 38.
Joel said he loves this draw play. A lot of people like to run those cover 2 with the cover 2 verts. And you run draw. If you're in an all-out zone, those defenders are going to drop back into their zone and open up space. So once you hit them with the draw a couple times, it forces your opponent to start blitzing some of those linebackers, Scott, so they can come and stop the draw. Once those linebackers start blitzing, it's going to open up some routes over the middle of the field.
Neutral zone infraction, number 90, 5 yards, 2nd and 6. Look at these elite backfields in the elite conference. Lots and lots of Derrick Henry. Herschel Walker. (13-7). Here at the 48-yard line. Stake before the half. Come down here and score a touchdown, you can forget all about it. Gets wide. Has a lane. Brought down at the 31. And how about that Derrick Henry?
By far. Henry and Herschel Walker, some of the best backs we've seen in all of Ultimate League. Seen McKinnon get a little busy. See, some of those backs in the elite conference. Derrick Henry with Herschel Walker. What the? Oh my goodness, Joel.
Why Derrick Henry? Why Herschel Walker? There's obviously better running backs in the game, better running backs in the league. Why these guys?
Well, it's all about your strategy, and a big part about it is the cap. You could go out and, get yourself a 95 overall type Bo Jackson, but he's going to cost you so much cap. It's going to be like 70-ish, 75 plus cap. Or you go after a guy like Henry, who's only going to cost you about 36 cap.
Bananas throw, by the way. Fell down, stood up, and threw a strike down to the 16. And you're right, it's all about that cap value. I mean, we all know Tom Brady, best quarterback in the league, but when you're in John Madden football, you need mobility. Just like you might need a guy like Derrick Henry that's a battering ram, some guy that can work the meta, work the truck stick.
Yeah, so the cap's one of the biggest factors, but then you also got to think in how you play.
Sure.
If you're a guy like Joel that you just want to run through people, you go and get yourself a Derrick Henry. If you're a Stevie J where you're super reliant on the run, you want to have the speed, you want to be able to spin, you want to be able to truck, you go and get yourself a Herschel Walker. It'll cost you a little bit more cap. And then for a guy like Spot Me Please or a Kid, you can get a McKinnon who you're not really trying to run the ball a lot, but they can get open on routes, and if you get them in space, they can give you that big play. Then you just got Mike Skim, who's a maniac. He gets that gold 78 overall Jamal Charles, and he said he just wanted a low-cap running back that could reliably catch the ball out the backfield for him because he has such a pass-heavy offense. So it's a mixture of the salary cap and how do these guys complement your game plan. So you got to have the GM skills and salary cap, Coltrane.
I think this is going to be 4th down, and it is.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, you don't get it here.
If
in your last 2 possessions,
I think if you're Joel, you really got to consider this taking this 3. You're giving away too much momentum already on bad decisions. All right, that worked out.
They got it. We needed an inch, and he got 4.
I was nervous about that one.
And I think he's got a question for the admin here, pausing, and that's going to cost him a timeout.
Well, maybe not. You're allowed to ask the admin.
It's up to the admin, right?
It's up to that. It's definitely a timeout if you want to pause the game and go into your depth chart and make some sort of substitution. Then you for sure got to burn a timeout. When you're just checking with the admin, you usually can get away with that one.
Young Kiv getting busy here with the lead, by the way. A bomb to Warfield, who spun his way in to make it 21-20. Let's try to figure out what Joel's inquiries are. Getting inquisitive of our admin, Justin Chow, who basically lives in LA now.
Well, we all do.
It's all for the John.
Ultimately, it's been a great experience so far, though. Coltrane, Stevie's on his horse. Get on your horse, Stevie.
Herschel Walker, one man to beat, and he will. Touchdown, Stevie. The fireworks continue between young Kiv and Stevie J.
These are just offensive juggernauts. Kiv, so surgical through the air.
I'll take a 10-game season, just those two guys.
I'm not going to stop you. And Stevie J just rumbling, stumbling, and tumbling with his running backs all the way up the field. His run game's dead serious. Two guys just fighting to impose their will against each other. Stevie's in for the 2-point. It's a touchdown ball game.
So it's the end of the third between JoelCP and Prodigy. We'll see if we can get just a quick explanation from our admins of what happened there with that pause. Inquiring minds got to know. 155 over here.
I like that about our roles. We get to be nosy. You know, sometimes usually you just got to let it pass. You never get to figure out, but if we want answers, we can usually get them.
And right on cue, they let us know that our thoughts were correct. Joel paused to make a depth chart change, so that should cost him a timeout, theoretically. In our past experience, unless something just wasn't right from the jump.
You got to have faith in EA admin Justin Chow.
Yeah, it did cost him one, so he had two, now he only has one. We'll revisit that story at the start of their fourth quarter. Let's focus in now. Wow, wow. Whoa.
Stevie J screaming.
Settle down, Ed Reed. You get Edward Reed coming right at you. You better get off the train tracks.
Call Ed Reed Edward Reed.
Yeah.
Out of line.
Oh, Edward Reed when he starts coming in there.
Edwin.
He's a legend.
It's the middle name of probably the best quarterback of all time.
I didn't know Jay Cutler's middle name was Evan.
Nah, you're just trolling. Cutler don't care. Thomas Edward Brady.
Couldn't even start in college. A bum.
Can't call Tommy Ball game a bum. You're just trolling. Get back to the game.
28-21. Finds Grant. Works it to the 39.
Kev, he's able to take a sack, gets to 7-14, but continues to just move the chain, no problem. There's a back and forth battle.
Duke Riley on the hit. 2nd and 3. Hands it off to McKinnon. McKinnon gets a block. He's not done. He's at the 20. And taken down at the 13. Might have thought he was going to get loose. Yeah, but Amos chases him down.
We don't really get to see Kiv in the open field too often. He's not a big runner, but look at him trying to show some stick work, a little stop and go.
Good
not
strafe.
quite on True Boy level yet.
Good strafe by Amos. Saw the double arrows come up for Stevie J. That he responded to that hesitation move. Next level style. Final play of the quarter, and McKinnon, I think he's going to have 1st and goal from the 2. And that's how the fourth quarter will start when we come back into that action between Young Kiv, Stevie J, 28-21. Young Kiv trying to tie it up, and JoelCP trying to push it in against Prodigy. It's a 6-point game at the end of the third. So a 6-point game between JoelCP and Prodigy. Talked about that timeout for JoelCP. He needed to change his depth chart. So that's a one-score game. We also got a one-score game between Stevie J and Kiv, where Kiv has worked his way all the way down to the 2-yard line with a fresh set of downs, trying to tie up Stevie J. Mentioned Young Kiv all the way down at the 2-yard line off the decent run by McKinnon. Going to be a 1st and goal. Trying to tie it up against Stevie J. That's where it gets tough when you're known as a passer. And you got to go smash mouth down here at the 2. 5 minutes to go in this one. Kiv trying to clinch his playoff berth. And Joel's in a 3rd and goal at the 5 over on the left side. Goes delay, nothing there.
Both players got their runs just blown up right there. Stevie J hits Kiv in the backfield. Prodigy hits Joel in the backfield. Joel's going to have to take 3 and like it.
Well, this is his 3rd opportunity to kick this field goal and make it a 9-point game. Finally, his hand's going to have to be forced. There's a pitch to McKinnon, and Kiv is in there.
Back and forth. Seesaw battle between Kiv and Stevie J. And what'd you expect?
Their earlier matchup was record-setting. Stevie J broke the rushing record for the league with 355, while Young Kiv threw for 360.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. I don't like how often we're seeing these guys on these kickoffs muff these catches on the kick.
Well, we talked about the rushing game of Stevie. He's gone 5 wide here, but it's just a QB draw. Nice job by Kiv, snuffing that out.
Stevie just giving a different look here. 5 wide spread. I like that. It comes out in the 5 wide, Scott, but then audibles to his tight slot.
You know, Drini, that's a full season for him. Stevie J still got 2 more games. He might end up with the rushing leader of the league in the running game.
I thought we chalked it up already. I figured we knew Stevie J was going to. But it is impressive that he's already almost there before the end of his regular season. That just speaks volumes to how good Stevie J is at running the rock.
Forces it into B, and Sharp just can't get there.
Big 4th down play here. Shea Kivlin versus Steven Jaworowski.
Seattle for Kiv. Clearwater, Florida for Stevie J. Coast-to-coast matchup. That's a long plane ride. Almost as far as you can go in the Continental 48.
Huge.
4th down.
Ball pressure from Kiv.
Doesn't get rid of it. He's busy looking downfield while Brown's coming in on a loop-de-loop. Kiv's going to take over on downs at the 14. He's just standing there.
And that's the loop blitz at its finest. He just comes right up that A-gap, not identified, not picked up by the O-line. And if there was a time Kiv needed the pressure to step up and that blitz to get in there, it was right there. His defense comes up big for him on 4th and 8. Needs to capitalize now.
Goes to McKinnon. Keeps working this running game. These guys have just gone back and forth, reminiscent of their first matchup.
Legit fireworks anytime we get a Kivlin versus Javaruski game out here.
318 yards of offense for Kiv. Played much better run defense this game against Stevie J, but the score is tied at 28. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the game. Throws the corner,
big pick, Stevie!
And he'll have it at the 3.
And who else? Larry Wilson. We told you, you see one of those single bar or double bar face masks, avoid him at all costs. He might just yick you like that.
There's 3 bars that you don't throw at. Single, double, and Anthony.
Well said, Coltrane. Well said.
Last time he was down here, he threw a pick 6.
Those facial expressions.
Don't get comfortable.
Oh, you got to be careful pitching here if you're Stevie. You can get blown up in the backfield. It'll be a safety.
And you got to call the dive here if you're going to run.
He's pitching.
Pitch.
This is risky.
Loses a yard.
Well, that's a risky play if you're Stevie J.
28-28. 2.5 to go. Told you to sign me up for 10 straight games between these guys. If these guys mean the playoffs, forget about it.
3rd and 11 from his own 1 yard line, Cole.
You got the awkward camera angle down here too when you're in the shadows. Normally you're right behind the quarterback, but there's no room. So you're sort of a little bit over the top.
Play.
Can't see his downfield, but he throws the corner out. Corner. First down, Stevie J.
You're going to throw to someone, too. Jerry Rice.
Oh, come on, boys.
I heard good things about him.
Not a bad option. And only an ultimate team do you see it. Mariota to Jerry Rice.
Kiv tried to click on, try to go for a user swat. Noble effort. But Noble Stevie J is the one that got the first down. 2-minute warning.
This game's intense, Scott.
This is one of these games that we do. Now, when I get back to the hotel later on, I'm watching it. I'm rewatching this game immediately.
Yeah.
Ball to 22. Drops back the heat. Throws into coverage. I cannot believe Paul Krause did not pick that off. It went through his hands. Had to.
Look at Kiv. He's bailing back there. Just
Oh, my. That was
an
Harrison
inch
Smith.
off.
Not Paulie Krause. That was the safety for the Vikings.
Bad read by Stevie, but Kiv just a little bit late on his work. Had the right idea, just didn't get up and outside soon enough.
I can't get the fluke.
Let's be honest, if that was Paul Krause, probably would have been an interception. Let's go for a game update.
Guys, you've been hearing JoelCP capping all game, being extra loud about it. Right here, he's going to put the nail in the coffin on this game. Not only with the pick, he's going to take this thing all the way back to the crib after breaking a tackle right there. He is up 22-7, failed the 2-point conversion, putting Prodigy's playoff hopes in serious jeopardy. About a minute left over here.
End of the game might have ended Prodigy's season. Appreciate it, Dave. Minute to go. Stevie on a drive. Got 3 timeouts for each of our competitors.
Cusp of field goal range. The clock's ticking. 4th quarter. Tie ball game. Who wants it more in this situation, Cole? Kiv's going to need to make a defensive play.
Walker.
That's not it.
Has room, and Larry Wilson. Now he's on the edge of field goal range.
Uses that first timeout. He's going to try to prevent this first down. Thinking a long field goal.
I'll look again, but I'm pretty sure it's Prater.
Well, he's got the 3 kickers he's got. 92 overall Prater, 94 overall Zerline, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, he's in field goal range.
Stevie J is going to have a real kicker to boot that ball.
Pitch it again. Gets caught up.
Oh, and he lost yards.
Push him back to the 39. Going to be a 56-yarder from there.
Oh, you thought it was going to be sweet, Stevie?
I run up. I line up in the deuce close, and I throw a pass here.
This is insane, Scott.
Can't take a sack.
This is a huge, huge play.
You got to go to your best play right here.
This is one of those situations. It's not a great decision to make. You could pass, go for the gusto. You could.
He runs it. It's blown up. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Fighting.
One down, man.
It's Kev.
What's he gonna do here? You gotta be careful going for this, because if you don't get it, Kev, just a couple big plays away from getting himself in field goal range. Stevie's going for glory.
It's all or nothing. I think you go for it or you punt it. That's the two options.
Stevie trying to get Vinny vintage right now.
Joel winning 22-10. Late field goal by Prodigy. And throws to Stevie.
And he's got room.
Wilson might take this back to the house for the game. Like a loaf of bread. And goes down at the 1. You think he wanted to go down?
I
Or
don't
did they
think he
catch him?
cares right now. Look at the emotion of the kipper. He knows he most likely
This
just won
throw
that ball
is
game.
terrible.
And he's going to have it here at the 1-yard line, Stevie, with all 3 timeouts. But this was huge. And I think you're right, Cole. I think he did want to go down. And look at Kev. That's some emotion right there. And he deserves it.
Hands it off to Bo Jackson, who will punch it in. Not sure why you don't try to at least get Stevie to get those timeouts out of the way. Nevertheless, up and it's good. And now here comes the kickoff. And if you've been watching the Ultimate League, buckle up, folks. This one's a long way from being over.
Remember, Stevie has all 3 timeouts there. You see those 3 yellow dots next to his score, that 28. That represents his timeouts. He's got all 3 of them, but only 16 seconds.
Delaney Walker. He is so smart. You saw him come out in the hands team. You don't want to kick it to the right side. That's where a wide receiver is. Go to the left. Finds Delaney Walker.
Coltrane dropping some knowledge. The thing that hurts Stevie right here so bad is a field goal is so much more manageable in this situation, but a touchdown against stingy young Kiv going to be dang near impossible.
2 or 3 plays left in this one. Kiv has come roaring back, 14 unanswered. The throw, it's a pick! And that'll seal it. Amos.
What a game, Coltrane.
Unbelievable. Stevie got him in the first meeting, 38-30. And Kev, on the heels of 14 unanswered, is going to win 35-28. That's why you play John Madden football. 22-10, the final between JoelCP and Noble Prodigy. But Kev and Stevie J putting on another show. Kev wins it by a touchdown. Adrian Lawrence is standing by with both young Kev and Stevie J.
Yes, gentlemen, great game. Kev, congratulations on the win and also clinching your playoff spot. How do you feel?
I feel great. That was the one goal coming into here, getting the playoffs, and then see what goes from there. So now I'm going to look forward to playing Spot Me and Skimbo and hopefully getting that bye.
And this was a pretty tense game. What was your experience?
It was really scary at the end. He was moving the ball really well, and he only had to go like halfway, and then he was pretty much in field goal range, and I was able to knock him out of field goal range. So it was intense.
Yes, indeed. From watching it, I could imagine what you're going through. Stevie J, you fought hard. Where do you feel you came up short?
I just didn't execute on the biggest plays of the game, and I kept on giving him just like a couple one-play touchdowns, and that was my fault. And I'll fix that for the next games. But great game to him. He's a really, really tough player. I knew that going in, so just congrats to him.
And at 3-5, it seems you're still in this. So what's your outlook moving forward?
Win. That's all. You got to win.
All right. Well, you're coming up against Skimbo. How are you going to prepare for that?
I mean, the game plan versus him last time worked rather well. I know he's going to make adjustments because that's the type of player he is. I just gotta play my game and just not make any unforced errors.
All right. Best of luck to you both. Dave, Rico.